To just stop you there is some big breaking news coming in that we want to bring to our viewers. This has to do with Bangladesh versus ICC at this point. Now what we're coming to know is that Bangladesh is banning the telecast of IPL matches, and the telecast of IPL matches is the decision that Dhaka has decided to take amid the cricketer row. The move comes after a Bangladeshi player has been banned and BCCI blocked the Bangladesh pacer. Now there will be no IPL in terms of live streaming in Dhaka. Rika joins me live. Rika, just take us through the latest on this. We believe that there is a notice that has been put out by the Bangladesh Secretariat in Dhaka. Just take us through the details and what this really means in terms of no live streaming that is accessible in Bangladesh.
Well, you see, this notice has been put out by the Ministry of Information of Bangladesh government, saying that they are hurt by the incidents that have happened regarding Mustafizur Rahman being dropped from the IPL, and unless there is a reasonable explanation, they do not see the reason to have IPL streamed or broadcast in Bangladesh. So as of now, what we understand is that IPL 2026 is going to be blacked out in Bangladesh. Well, this is a formal announcement of the decision. The decision was taken day before yesterday, immediately after Mustafizur was dropped from IPL by Kolkata Knight Riders, after the decision came down from the government to the BCCI, and now Bangladesh is not just revolting against the whole decision, but revolting against the whole concept of IPL. They do not want viewers to watch the IPL in Bangladesh anymore. Of course, you see, there is no Bangladesh stake, there is no stake for the country in this edition's IPL. 7 of them were at the IPL auction. Only Mustafizur Rahman was picked, but subsequently dropped due to the political protests that have been happening due to geopolitics. Mustafizur Rahman was put out of IPL. So I believe that right now, reacting to what has happened, this official statement has come from the Bangladesh government.
Well, let's just talk about the road ahead in terms of the T20 World Cup as well. What could all of this mean for the T20 World Cup? We know that Bangladesh wants the fixtures to be moved out of India. So what's the road ahead, if we could discuss that as well?
So Bangladesh had written to ICC yesterday to move their matches out to Sri Lanka, and I believe that ICC is going to align with their request and move all their matches out to Sri Lanka. And it really means that at this stage, when the tournament is meant to start on 7th of February, it is quite a bit of a logistical nightmare. It is not just about taking Bangladesh to Sri Lanka, but also the teams that they were expected to play in the initial round, and then if they reach the knockouts of the tournament, in the initial phase they had 3 matches in Kolkata against England, Italy, West Indies, England and Italy, followed by another match against Nepal at the Wankhede Stadium. Those matches will have to be moved, and if Bangladesh manages to reach the next stage of the tournament, then those matches will also have to be rescheduled in Sri Lanka. Now, I don't really think that this is going to have an economic dent on ICC, so to say, but what they stand to lose out is a lot of credibility, because fans would have booked their travel and stay to Kolkata to watch their favorite cricket team, and a lot of fans make pre-booking, so the fans are going to lose out on their booking. What the ICC is going to, the money that ICC is going to lose out on is bookings of all these teams, bookings of the broadcast, the commentators, of a lot of people who are involved in organizing the tournament. That's the kind of money that they're going to lose, and we are not staring at a loss of millions of dollars, but yes, a substantial amount of money. However, it is a face loss for the ICC. It is also a loss of credibility for ICC, not being unable to stage a tournament in one country that they had promised. And the reason why this is India's turn to stage the World Cup now. The reason why this World Cup is split between India and Sri Lanka is because Pakistan cannot travel to India, again because of security reasons. Now we are staring at a sort of a similar arrangement for Bangladesh. Also, the other thing I wanted to point out is that while we are looking at the World Cup and Bangladesh not coming here, what happens to the bilaterals next? Are we looking at yet another Pakistan situation with Bangladesh? Already, when the news of Mustafizur broke day before yesterday, the Indian board said that they are not going to be playing the scheduled bilateral with Bangladesh in September. So are we staring at a Pakistan situation? The jury is still out on that. We will, know as the story unfolds.
I also have Atul Vasan on the phone line with us. Atul, how do you read into all that's happening here? Bangladesh banning the IPL telecast in the country, more for tit for tat move. How do you read into it? All right, we seem to have lost the line there with Atul Vasan. We'll try and reconnect with him. But coming back to Rika, it's not the first time in the last year that we've seen tensions between two countries leading to a fallout on the fields of stadiums.
Well, you see, cricket and politics are intertwined, and whenever we have seen events of this magnitude, high-profile events in South Asia or even in the world, I would say, politics have come into play. Politics have come on field of play. We have seen during Asia Cup, the last Asia Cup, where there were gestures by the Pakistan cricket team, and
yes,
even Surya Kumar Yadav talking about dedicating the win to the.
And Rika, I apologize. Hold that thought, because I believe Atul's on the phone line with us. Atul, I just want to understand from you what your view is on the latest development. The Bangladesh government has ordered a ban on IPL telecasts within the country. Your first reaction to that?
Yeah, I was expecting this. This is the kind of retaliation which was on the cards actually. And I heard you talking about the bilateral series. I think that is dead and buried now. And as it is, India-Bangladesh bilateral series has got no viewers at all. So it is not a big loss for India, but it's a big loss for Bangladesh, because when India goes to Bangladesh, that's where they get the revenue. So I think they are cutting their nose to spite the face.
Right, but how do you see this going ahead? Because we're just talking about the IPL broadcast that they're banning for now because of what's happened with their player. But the road ahead really, when it comes to the diplomatic tensions having an impact on the cricketers and the bilateral tournaments or any other tournaments that you have India and Bangladesh playing in?
Well, actually, I don't find anything wrong, any loss for India at all in this. It is just they're being silly. Well, India was well within the rights to, remove Mustafizur because of the conditions, the environment of what is going on in Bangladesh. But if you want to retaliate, then you'll have to think, what is your end game? You have to think it through. The point is, then why don't they go ahead and also issue a fatwa for all the millions of Bangladeshis living in India not to watch IPL as well now? I think that's the next step.
And what does this really mean for the ICC? Because you have the Bangladesh Cricket Board coming out and saying we don't want fixtures in India, move them out. But this is at a time when tickets have been sold, I believe. That's what Rika has also been saying. This is going to be a logistical nightmare, won't it?
Well, it is. It's kind of a force majeure. These things happen, and I think country and things around what's happening around with people's lives and all is more important than cricket. So I don't think that cricket is such a big tragedy king and all that. I think our country is more important than that.
All right, Atul, thanks for joining me on the phone line there. Going back to Rika. Rika, we just had a word with Atul. He says this is not a loss for India as much as it is for Bangladesh. But this seems to be a tit for tat, and I don't think it's going to end anytime soon, be it just IPL broadcast that was to happen in Bangladesh that has now been banned, or be it the T20 World Cup or the bilat series.
Well, you know, this is a big worry for the Asian bloc. There is something, an entity called the Asian Cricket Council, and already we have seen clashes between India and Pakistan. We still don't have the Asia Cup that was won by India in September because of the political tensions between India and Pakistan. Indian captain Surya Kumar Yadav refused to take the cup from Pakistan's Interior Minister Mohsin Naqvi, who happens to helm the Asian Cricket Council. Now with Bangladesh also taking a similar route, what happens to the Asian bloc in cricket, which is, you know, a very, very important bloc and a substantial revenue generator in cricket. Future really is at stake, and you know, at the end of the day, we can say it's not a loss to India, but definitely it is a loss to cricket. It is a loss to sport. Why is ICC having World Cups every year? Because they want to generate revenue out of this sport, the revenue that then goes back to the associate nations. If troubles like this continue, then the kind of revenue that ICC is looking at generating in the 2027 in this current cycle, they may not be able to generate that amount of revenue and give it back to the ecosystem that they are helping.
Rika, do stay with me. Former cricketer Mr. Madan Lal also on the phone with us. Mr. Lal, thank you so much for speaking to us here on Breaking Ground. Your first reaction, sir: the Bangladesh government has ordered a ban on IPL telecasts within the country in the wake of the controversy triggered by pacer Rahman's release from KKR.
Yeah, I know this is something is going to happen, you know, because you know they're not going to sit down and take all these things, you know, and they must have joined hand with Pakistan also. ऐसी चीजें तो होंगी, but it's not good for the game, you know, not good for the World Cup, you know, which is coming on 2020 over World Cup. But you know, like you will see in a couple of days' time, there's something else will come, you know.
But Mr. Lal, what does this then mean for bilateral tournaments between India and Bangladesh? What does this mean for the T20 World Cup, which is coming up?
Well, they already said that they're not going to play in India. So they're going to play outside, you know, like maybe in Sri Lanka or somewhere else, you know. But all these things, you know, like now, first the Pakistan was, now it's Bangladesh. They are two. You know, slowly they might, some other will stand with them. So it's not good for the game, you know, because ICC has to take a decision, hard decision, you know, what they're going to do. That Mr. Jasha has to take, you know, some. But all these things should have handled it properly with a diplomatic way, you know.
All right, Mr. Madan Lal, thank you so much for speaking with us here on NDTV 24/7. That's the big news coming out. The Bangladesh government has said that we will not allow the telecast of the IPL in the country. Now, after the massive controversy over the Bangladesh pacer Rahman, the Bangladesh government has banned the streaming of IPL in the country. This comes amid a face-off between the Bangladesh Cricket Board and the BCCI over shifting of venues. The Bangladesh Cricket Board stated that the team will not be travelling to India due to security concerns and requested the ICC to shift the T20 World Cup matches from India to Sri Lanka. This, of course, has put pressure on the ICC, that is drafting a revised schedule in an attempt to accommodate that request. Amid the rising tensions, the opposition has now trained its guns on the BCCI, questioning the handling of the situation and the diplomatic messaging around it.
देखिए, ये एक ऐसा मुद्दा है जिसमें मुझे लगता है कि जैसा जो पिछले कई दिनों से हमने देखा है, जो घटा है, कि जिस तरीके से चीज़ें हुई हैं, तो ऑब्वियसली बांग्लादेश अब नहीं आना चाहती है भारत, क्योंकि जिस तरीके का माहौल है और जो बांग्लादेश में हुआ वो भी गलत हुआ। और मुझे लगता है कि ये उनका एक डिसीजन है विच आईसीसी नीड टू सी कि क्या करना है, क्या नहीं करना है। भारत में देखिए, हम ऐसे लोग हैं जो हम हर किसी का वेलकम करते हैं, बट अगर किसी को नहीं आना है तो दैट इज देयर चॉइस कि उनको आना है या नहीं आना है।
ये पहलगाम का इतना बड़ा हमला हुआ, हमने पानी जो वर्ल्ड बैंक की ट्रीटी थी उसको हमने अवेयरनेस में रख दिया और हमने कहा कि हम पानी नहीं देंगे, ट्रीटी को हमने अवेयरनेस में रख दिया, मगर उसके बावजूद भी हम एशिया कप भी खेले। दूसरी बात यह है कि यहाँ पर जो बांग्लादेशी मोहतरमा भारत में है, उनको क्या बोलेंगे आप? भारत ही बोलेंगे, उनको भी जाइए उनको रखने की क्या जरूरत। तीसरी बात यह है कि बांग्लादेश में स्टेबिलिटी भारत के लिए बहुत जरूरी है।
At such a delicate moment, this seems to me to have been an extremely unfortunate and unwise decision, because what it implies is that we are politicizing even such a simple aspect as a private cricket game. Mustafizur Rahman was on the approved pool, so the BCCI had already once approved him. To now pull him back after he has been recruited and so on seems to me to be in very bad taste.
Moving on, stores were pelted at a religious procession in Bengaluru under the JJ Nagar police station limits.